Hey everyone, let's talk about the Panama Canal. It's a pretty big deal, a symbol of how ambitious humans can be, how amazing our engineering skills are, and how connected our world is. It shows how we can overcome nature's toughest challenges and change the world around us. This strip of water cutting through Panama isn't just a channel. It's super important for world trade, it connects different cultures, and it shows how clever humans can be. Imagine connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, even though they're separated by land. People dreamed about this for centuries. The Isthmus of Panama, a narrow strip of land connecting North and South America, was the key. But this land was wild, with thick jungles, dangerous swamps, and terrible diseases. It seemed impossible, but people didn't give up on the dream. A shorter route for ships, skipping the long, dangerous trip around South America, was just too good to pass up. It would be great for trade and strategy. The world watched and waited as the dream of a canal got closer to reality. The French were the first to try to build a canal. Ferdinand de Lesseps, the guy who built the Suez Canal, led the project starting in 1881. They were experienced and excited, planning a canal at sea level, cutting straight through the isthmus. But Panama was way harder than Egypt. The jungle was full of mosquitoes carrying yellow fever and malaria, which made lots of workers sick. Thousands died from disease and bad medical care. It was a terrible tragedy. The land was tough too. Landslides kept happening, burying equipment and stopping progress. Plus, they didn't manage their money well and underestimated how hard the project would be. By 1889, after 8 years of incredibly hard work and many lives lost, the French dream was over. They ran out of money and had to give up. The United States wanted to be a world power and knew a canal was important, so they saw a chance after the French failed. President Theodore Roosevelt, who believed in a strong America, made the canal a top priority. In 1904, the US bought the French equipment and got the rights to the canal zone. They learned from the French mistakes and focused on health and stopping disease. Dr. William Gorgas, an expert on tropical diseases, fought the mosquitoes that spread yellow fever and malaria. He saved many lives and made the canal zone a safer place to live. With engineer John Stevens and later George Goethals in charge, the project changed. They realized a sea-level canal was too hard, so they decided to use locks to raise and lower ships. This clever idea was key to dealing with the difficult terrain. The Panama Canal's locks are amazing pieces of engineering. These huge concrete structures are the heart of the canal, letting ships move up and down between the oceans and Gatun Lake. Here's how it works. A ship enters a lock chamber, like a giant concrete box. Big steel gates close, trapping the water. Then, they pump water in or out to raise or lower the ship. Gravity helps, as water flows downhill, gently moving the ship. The trip through the canal uses several of these locks. Ships go up 85 feet to Gatun Lake, a lake made by damming the Chagres River. This lake lets ships sail across a big part of the isthmus. On the other side, ships go down through more locks until they reach sea level again. Since it opened in 1914, The Panama Canal has been super important for world trade. Every year, thousands of ships carrying tons of stuff travel through it. Huge container ships with all kinds of products and tankers with oil and gas all use the canal. It saves time and money, connecting markets and making global trade easier. For many countries, especially in the Americas and Asia, the canal is essential for getting their goods to the world. It's also strategically important, helping Navy ships move around and keeping things safe. The Panama Canal Authority takes care of the canal, making sure it works well. Even though it's successful, the Panama Canal faces challenges. Climate change and growing demand are making water scarce, which is a big problem. The canal needs lots of fresh water, and droughts could cause trouble. Also, cargo ships are getting bigger and bigger. The canal's original size is now too small for some of these giant ships. Bigger ships need more water to move through the locks, putting more strain on the water supply. To fix these problems, we need to save water, find new water sources, and manage water better. The Panama Canal Authority is also thinking about making the canal bigger, maybe with bigger locks or even a new lane to handle future traffic. The Panama Canal shows how ambitious, determined, and clever humans can be. From the early dreams of a waterway to the huge effort to build it, the canal's story is full of successes and tragedies. The French didn't succeed, but they helped the Americans. What they learned helped the US overcome the challenges of disease, difficult land and planning. The Americans finishing the canal was a huge moment in engineering, showing what innovation and hard work can do. Today, the Panama Canal is still important for world trade, connecting cultures and symbolizing human achievement. As we face the challenges of the 21st century, the canal reminds us that we can overcome obstacles and shape our future. The Panama Canal isn't just a waterway, it's a symbol of human ingenuity and how connected we all are.